With my empire, how's things, mate? I've only got one shot with this, so we have to make an episode. Well, because I've got a girlfriend that's in the same system who I care about. I'm not the sort of leader to allow somebody to threaten anybody or to leave stragglers. Well, I know it sounds bad, but what sounds worse is a lot of stuff has happened. Too many people think they're more clever than my brains. Both my parents are geniuses. That's why I'm so clever. I know it's a horrible place to live. I know it's a horrible drug. So I'm doing something for the skinny white girls and everyone. Well, what do you know about Africa? Your Africa is not my Africa. I'm the leader. Well, in this episode, we committed now. So we need to make something for all the colored people back home and for this very secret society. Well, you know the problem, everyone did all right. Our world is billions of years old. We've been living like that for too long. In this episode is a challenge you won't be able to do. If you try to take screen pics of those Africans, they'll probably come after you and won't do anything to you. Well, I looked for cameras. There's no cameras. Stop threatening me, mate. Don't threaten my nephew. Don't tell me that I'm supposed to live in a territory without my people I subscribed. So this is going to teach everyone a lot. Not only a secret technology. Well, with our technology, I don't need cameras, but I don't need the voices. The voices are too important. That's somewhere in the world. So you shouldn't be threatening my family or telling him that he's not important. Well, that was the ancient world. His parents subscribed because we are a gang. We also subscribed for our group. We didn't subscribe for somebody to even go be afraid to die or even start saying anything about spicy Indians or anything about pornography. In the first place, I would just subscribe. But because you're testing my people, I'm going to test you. Because this is what I'm trying to tell you. I can do witchcraft faster than all these charlatans, these celebrities. He needs to understand. Not in the mind. The mind is too old. You're not the leader. He's got family and stuff. Well, I mean, in Lion King, it's like important for Maori people, colored people, not Africans. Well, not a Maori person like that. What do you know about Maori people? The king of Maori people. Well, I'm not a king. Well, if I'm not a king, where's my girlfriend? Well, that means they were throwing everything at you. I think you've done all right. I think you're a million times better. Well, I got a girlfriend who's a mad coconut who doesn't understand. That life, you can't be the police. I think police are too important. But instead of trying to listen to voices is a subliminal message. That's how white people look. Because you're trying to pay for too many criminals. You're messing with the government, so I have to help you. Well, you can learn English, fashion, different technology, so you don't mess with Lion King. Well, I'm tired of people messing with my family, and I'm tired of him talking nonsense. I was a good bodyguard. But yeah, he needs a break. He just wants to be with his people. He just wants to know that he's not mad, but I can hear the voices. That's how I felt. Finding some African with a subliminal message or somebody that's fighting aliens or a lot of stuff happened. which means the government was in the fight of their life. If it's not your sister, she must get a boyfriend. Because if you don't like her, you're not going to marry her. What am I supposed to do? Well, we used to be friends, but you need to get out of here. Somewhere where you can live life, where you can see that you important. Well, I mean, not anymore. That was the ancient world, but I'm not a racist. So this episode, we're going to try to stop the war in Russia. Well, then, they copying DJ Slaydem, not because they want to. Well, I'm out of options because I need to help my people. Well, not that I want to. I wouldn't mind my property. But without my property, I don't have the political thing, the reality. Reality can get lost. You've seen the secret weapon, right? It's not that I don't care about my neighbors. It's just I want to build something and you interfering with too many people. You interfering with them and how to pay them, and you telling them they've got no friends, and you calling the Babylon. That's why I'm a gangster like that. Because I'm saying those could be Russian soldiers. So what? Why are you so worried about TikTok? If you can't change India, it's done already. If you can't change the world, it's done already. What I'm talking about is, how did you like the vacation? It started off horrible, but that's because I care about my brother. I spent 6 months in Afghanistan for people like you. People like you that think coloreds are not important. Coloreds are not blacks. There's no fucking mixing or anything. Stop doing that. If you threaten me with the mind, then I won't stop flooding the world. Well, I flooded the world because it's not a white person. It's a colored. So in this episode, we're going to try to get you to come back in business. So you don't mess with my people. It's not that I don't care about you. It's just don't threaten my nephew. And don't threaten my daughter. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're looking at somebody, they want to see who the leader is, right? I'm saying you're wishing for things that for Africans, they also run into this island where everything's introduced. I'm talking about the voices. Don't give in to voices. But after this is party time. Well, if I don't have somebody to speak for women, why are you even trying to come at pornography that's going to hurt white people? It's not a white person. It's a colored. Too many coloreds are avoiding good men. Well, not those bugaboos. Well, I think you've done all right. That's why I subscribed. Because I want to be in a relationship, but you're not listening. So I've got to go around. You try to go on top. I'm saying, okay, it's a horrible place to live. But it wouldn't be horrible if only you subscribed or you didn't try to listen to the government or even think that someone's going to listen to you. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying with this technology, we can send a message, right, to the whole universe. Because one day, you're saying that this thing exists, right? I'm saying, okay, it's a horrible place. But I wouldn't mind my group. That's why we're together. Well, we got to finish this one, mate. Because you don't need to be a bad person, but sometimes you do. It's better to go on the offensive than whatever that world was. That world is only for the weapon. This world is too important. The next world is inevitable. So do it. Don't threaten our people, mate. I can't handle threats. If you want me to do something stupid, let me find people. Don't be confused. Everybody copies the weapon. I'm not a racist. What I told you, not with the mind. Don't threaten people. Don't try to do with the mind. Well, that world is over. That was too easy for me. You're 1,000,000 times better. I'm older than you. Well, The thing is, I know it's a horrible place to live. But if it's horrible, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is he was asking for it. It was my daughter. My daughter's naughty. So's my nephew. Well, it's not my nephew. He's my son. He's my cousin. It's not. I'm the leader. He can dig through cement. He can fly over here. But why would you want to when there's so much opportunity? Didn't I tell you in the first place? I'm subscribing. Well, I mean, death is inevitable. It's inevitable. I'm not afraid. You shouldn't be threatening my auntie or threatening my people. That's the problem with you. I care about you. The truth, they probably fell to the ultimate thing. Then the water must have come. They must have said, what's going on, mate? Well, somebody subscribed for that. But from millions of years, they're waiting for that. Too long. If you're not going to be dealing with technology, that's not what I'm talking about. Because you had your episodes, so I need to make an episode to adjust. Well, you must stay with the group. Well, those people, they probably think nobody cares about them. Well, they want to live in New Zealand. Well, what do you know about New Zealand? Everything's introduced, even the kauri tree. The Maori Auri also don't come from Israel. That's 12 tribes Rasta. But obviously, they probably don't want to be part of this business. I'm doing this for everyone. Well, I subscribed. I subscribed for that opportunity, which you've only got one shot. It's so we're not watching the pornography. Is obviously it's more intricate, right? More sophisticated. So you shouldn't be feeding people TikTok bullshit, but they've done already. What I'm saying is they subscribed because they got no choice. Because what do you know about the outside world? So what do you know about my family? He's not a bad person. It's just he subscribed and you're not giving him his group. I wouldn't mind my group or my beautiful girlfriend or my members. So if I'm not going to get a girlfriend, don't be threatening anybody. Because I don't take threats lightly. But obviously, it's a horrible place, right? But this will just show people the leader. That means they throw in everything. Some people are innocent. So if you're too afraid to do something, then don't listen to TikTok. Well, that's my daughter. My daughter's not what you think. I'm not a normal person. Well, this is to stop me being part of this shit of yours. Because sometimes the only thing nice is wanking. Not even being part of the thing. Well, I'm a real weapon, right? Because both my parents are geniuses. But I did try to tell you, it's too late already. What I'm saying is, economic-wise, you do as much as you can. Well, if you can't, it's a mistake. It was witchcraft. Because Africans, they subscribed or they gave me a job. And you were just taking advantage. So I just made a spider web. Well, I'm tired of people saying that these things don't exist. I'm tired of people saying it's a horrible place. And I'm tired of you blaming me or saying that you've got no friends, and I'm tired of voices. I'm looking at the cemetery like, do it. Do it, you know what I mean? Of course you're going to die. Well, if somebody is going to mess with your opportunity, well, then I don't think you'll be able to do it. But I think you're allowed. But you're not allowed. They subscribed because we're all from Africa. Well, that's not Zimbabwe. Well, from Borodale. Because he subscribed for the group. He subscribed, but he didn't want to be part of a biker gang. He's just following the leader. I subscribed because they're too scared. Because they not broke. It's just, I can do medicine, I can do witchcraft. He's just another scared person. Because everyone's scared of the cemetery. Well, you shouldn't have even messed with my people, mate. Well, the thing is, don't give up on yourself. You got too many nice clothes. You got too many nice people. Doesn't make you a wimp. A wimp is somebody who's going to try to cut his losses and run. I told you I also run away, but I enjoyed that thing because I served 6 months in Afghanistan and I haven't changed. Well, the government is about one person, right? So you shouldn't even be trying to mess with white people. Not people like that. That means it's more sophisticated, which means a lot of stuff happened. So we can't stop. So now with what's left of this episode, we need to do something for the skinny white girls, people in prison, and people that are working. I never worked. It's just something they subscribed. He didn't pay money to live with something like that, but not the voices. Don't be threatening somebody. That means it's somewhere in this world. So possibly without technology, it's not that he's a bad person. It's just he's a foreigner as well. So he probably feels like, what's happened? Well, that's what I tried to tell you. You're the head of security. What good is money? The government has been stockpiling drugs because you're not the leader. If you're going to try to be the leader, then don't be selling anybody bullshit like that. Well, I mean, probably you know what happened. They probably thought they're more clever than us. Well, that's what I mean. Now I got a girlfriend that's convinced that the Babylon system is going to work. What relationship is this? So now we're dedicated, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's party time now, bro. It's time it exists. You see what I mean? So you shouldn't even be telling people something like that, but not this episode. This episode is just a different currency. So you can get $1 billion each. Well, I believe you. I think a lot of stuff was happening, but not on the regular channel. Okay, it's a horrible place, but not voices. Voices are too important. Probably the person doesn't understand. So we are at 18 minutes. Well, I'm doing this for everybody. Well, I'm tired of people messing with my business. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the pornography. People expecting women to be getting hurt. Probably it was horrible. Then probably they must have checked, hey, you copying Gonzo's live. Then they must have checked, hey, but Tsotsi is a thief. But I'm not a thief. I'm not innocent. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, where's your boyfriend? So if you've got no boyfriend, what am I supposed to do? Well, then don't be asking somebody to cheat on their wife. Unless we all gonna be in this mad world. One way or the other, you out of our territory. Well, now we committed, right? So we have to send a subliminal message. Well, that means they were throwing everything at you. But don't be surprised if everybody didn't end up dead. Well, with those criminals, those bitches on the internet, you'll probably find everybody dead. Well, I mean, who's the leader of this thing? Well, as long as I'm alive, don't be expecting me not to participate. Because I need somebody to speak for women. I'm trying to do my job, and you're saying I'm a racist. I'm saying, if you're not going to eat sadza, if you're not going to listen to islanders, and if you're not going to get a job, then go on vacation. This is something for the skinny white girls because they subscribed. Well, for everybody. Well, I think they throw in everything. That's why probably you look at them like they're better than you. But I'm saying there's no mixing blacks with browns. That thing is what I'm telling you. Is more sophisticated. So now we dedicated, we can't stop. Because you can't just plug in your phone with our technology. That's what I'm talking about. The military gear and all those things was too difficult for everybody. The way I see it, we're not defending. Well, if you see, they throw in everything, and I'm saying it's my Lion King, which I don't care about. They throw in everything, so I'm like, you cheating, you throw in everything. How do you like it if I get involved? Well, then, not this episode. This episode's for everyone, so you can get back in business. So you can see my family and friends that they're afraid. Well, they've got a right reason to be afraid. Well, a lot of stuff has happened. Well, not voices. If you can just stop and listen to the subliminal message, then maybe I can listen to my girlfriend who's telling me I must listen to the government. I'll say the government listens to one person. Because if you're not going to party, if you're not going to live life, then you're worried about the cemetery, then do it. Don't be stopping someone's relationship. Well then, because a woman needs a boyfriend, it's a woman's prison. And you need somebody to help everyone. But there's no professional like DJ Slaydem. Well, I've got access to trillions of dollars. Well, you've got to stay with your group. They subscribed to live in this place, which is a marvelous place. But I'm talking about the king of Maori people. But you diss somebody, try to do this, but not those reasons. But I can hear the voices. What I think that is something that needs technology. But you can't use our technology unless you're going to smoke. Don't you understand? Because we subscribed for that opportunity. And you focused everything in too many criminals. So the way I see it, if you don't want to get involved, well, I'm talking about the potency. It's, instead of saying somebody's got no family, who's my family? So you don't even know what you're doing. So why are you even trying to call the Babylon? Now I've got a girlfriend in that thing. I told you she's wishing. He thinks he's got no family. He thinks he's from this place, which you shouldn't even be a secret society unless you know the price. It's time to get rid of you as well. But not this episode. You're too important. What would I need a microphone for? If I'm trying to show you our technology, well, a real biker gang or something, a decent one, not somebody that's going to try to run away. I went there with the summer run. Well, I would love my property intact, but I'm not worried about that. I can easily transplant those trees, but I can't live without my girlfriend. If you live in the super weapon, you are affecting the universe. Is the secret weapon of the universe. You see people being married and all these things is a spider web. A spider web that they subscribed millions of years ago, because it's my job. My job I can do with the eye, because I do that job for things like this, so that you can sort of see he's innocent. I'm the leader. He thinks he's got no friends, no family, but it's more than that. Well, I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, why did you threaten someone? It's not even what I'm saying. I'm talking about the chemicals. The person doesn't understand. So now we're at the end of the episode. So then you need a vacation. Well, somewhere where you're not going to mess with my job. Well, instead of pornography or any of this philosophy, is too stupid. That's what I'm talking about. So I got people I care about. You can see how big I am. I need protection. I need advice. Not somebody that's going to tell me, try to choose between my people or whether I should listen to voices. The way I see that is probably happening somewhere, but maybe it's too enticing for somebody like me. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm doing something for everyone. I can't watch myself. Where's my girlfriend? Does it make a difference? So then you shouldn't even listen to a charlatan or even listen to one of these false prophets, which possibly is also confused, but I'm not confused. Both my parents are geniuses. So what I'm saying is, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. So I need to do something. So you know that you've got family and friends. What I'm saying is probably they must have been drowned in the flood. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your episodes of pornography and all that stuff that makes people hate us is working, but probably united everybody, but they're not rich enough. It is probably lost the economic battle because that's a spider web. Why did you cut off our escape? Or why did you even try to lead the world into this thing when I'm saying, whether you like it or not, we're going to do something? Well, I believe you, but you're not understanding. I'm saying you're a million times better. Don't give up on yourself, but I can do some sort of thing because I'm not a racist. I can't go back home. At least we together. Well, home is Borodale. That's my South Africa. That's the problem with you. You want to live, but you're not even understanding. Africa don't want you. You try to take a screen pic. You gone already. So we've reached the episode mark. Well, for everybody, not myself. For everyone for once. It's not that I like the sound of my voice. I'm not allowed. I have to help you. Well, you've got my people confused. They're worried about the cemetery. I'm like, do it instead of threatening everybody. Which you see what I mean. They want to live with all these things, but you don't want to live with the fear, the thing I'm talking about. To send a subliminal message is easily done. Don't worry, I'm not going on TikTok. TikTok's done already. The government's done already. If you got a girlfriend, you need a boyfriend. So you need a entourage. Well, then you need a job or something so that I can do my job. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something else. How lucky we are that we could have lost every opportunity. But not this episode. This episode is just like, because you got episodes of pornography, things that I don't agree with, that I was doing it, I'm doing it for my people, my house, to change the world, not doing it for those things. So now it's the end of the episode. Because I didn't even want those episodes. I did that because both my parents are geniuses, but they're our parents. I never said you've got no family and friends. I'm saying probably they surrendered, or probably by the time they saw the Black Panther, they probably must have got sick or something. Well, then he must have been confused. I'm not confused. I just don't want you threatening my daughter or threatening people like that. If you can't remember what you're doing, that's at least funny. Eh? Well, then, it's not that I don't care about my girlfriend. It's just she thinks I don't care about colored people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Lion King. What's your job in this world? It's not even what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, that's the end of the episode. So a bit of comedy, a bit of conversation, then do it. Because I'm not scared of the cemetery, mate. Well, the police are younger than me. And voices, do it. Don't try to threaten anybody. Well, that's what I'm talking about. There's no cameras. There's no people watching. I don't need cameras. You're not the only person that's afraid. Well, what's the greatest fear? We're now upon the greatest fear. Skinny white girls and pornography and making women think your boyfriend don't care about you. That you shouldn't be trying to mess with somebody like that. Instead of going for those girls, I'm doing something for everyone. Well, they want to see the leader. Well, I'm talking about money, the potency. It's time to get some poontang. It's time to get some laddy-daddy. It's the end of the episode. Not on TikTok. TikTok's beaten already. TikTok's beaten already. Government is beaten. They probably don't understand. Because they throw in everything at people. Would you rather live in the ancient world or live in the modern world? Well, I have to help you. Our technology is not dangerous. It's just you've got to smoke. Well, it's the end of the episode. So then you shouldn't be trying to mess with an important person like that. Probably must have also been bubble-whacked also, mate. He must have just also checked water coming, the thing. Then he must have seen the item. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about don't threaten my nephew. Don't threaten the government. Sadza is a staple diet. Probably they're so afraid. I'm saying, if it's a horrible place, then I need to make an episode. Well then, what do you know? You know nothing. So not voices. The way I see the cemetery, too many people in the cemetery. But unless I'm mistaken, not this episode, but that's another episode for all the white people, Africans, and our group, so that you get something decent. So, you want to know who the leader is? I'm like, do it. Don't threaten anybody. Well, don't threaten anyone, but not this episode. Do you see what I mean? So they don't be scared of the cemetery, but that's another episode done and dusted. All the problems are solved. Death is like inevitable, but it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you're talking about, but just I'm saying not this episode, but that's another episode.